Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Finding Light, Hope, and Love. I'm Aaron Nilsson, talking today about surrounding yourself with good. That is really something that I've been dealing with the last few days. Had a lot of not so good around me, but surround yourself with good, and that can be so many different things. If you want your life to be better, to at least feel better, and no matter what's going on, that you need to do something to kind of change that moment. And there could be social media content. I mean, where do you find good, right? Where do you find good and positivity? There's a lot on social media. It could be phrases. I've had friends who have put phrases on mirrors, just kind of that self-boosting talk. Music is a big one for me, which I'll get into soon on episodes soon after this one. Movies, it could be a TV show, it could be books, it could be going out into nature, it could be talking to someone that you, either a really good friend or a loved one, family member, significant other, could be hanging out with animals. But there is positivity everywhere. There's obviously negativity everywhere, but there's a lot of positivity too. And for me, been struggling just the last couple of days, and I'm not talking about just pushing aside anything that's negative, or if it's something that maybe you're uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that it's bad. Even anger, that's not bad. It's a natural human emotion, but it would behoove us to not dwell too long, or at least sit in that anger very long. What I think would be good for us, and what I try to do, is if I do get angry, because it happens every day, irritated even irritated, is to ask myself questions. Why am I irritated right now? Or why am I angry right now? What is it that someone else did? Or why am I feeling this way? What can I do to change it? Or really, that most important thing for me is that lesson from it. And what can I change so that I don't get angry next time, or as angry? And it takes practice, but having so many good influences will help in that situation. And sometimes things just happen, or just emotions just happen. I know depression, it's obviously a real thing, and sometimes it's situational, sometimes it is chemical. But when you get down, and for me the last couple of days, just having a lot of thoughts pop in, and certain situations that I'm in, I feel like I'm in a hamster wheel. Many of you who were watching this, you've heard me say that recently. I feel like I'm in a hamster wheel sometimes, where it's not for exercise. A treadmill you get on, you're improving yourself. You're getting cardio. I'm talking about just life sometimes gets to where, with finances, relationships, jobs, many things, health, just feels like you put so much effort in and you're not seeing any results. And you're just spinning the wheel. And that's what it's felt for me recently. And for me, I have made a playlist to embrace the good. Sometimes you have to embrace the suck. That's a book. You have to figure out, what is it? Why am I in this situation? Did I put myself here? Why am I feeling this right now? What can I do with it? When you get to that point to where you're like, okay, either the feeling's not going away, or you feel like you have the thing that you can learn from it, maybe you're still feeling pretty down or irritated. For me, I've made a playlist. I've made several playlists for music to help myself transition and just get me out of that, at least in that moment. There are certain songs. I've made a happy playlist. This is happy, happy, happy. So when you're going along, for me, like I said, the music is a big deal and super important to me. Maybe it's something different for you, but for me, it's the music. And I hear a song that it just immediately changes my mood. And I've made a playlist for that. I will put that on. If I notice that I just need a pick-me-up, I will just pop that music on, and it immediately helps. It's wonderful. What a blessing for me. And you hear people say that too, is count your blessings. That is one thing. Yes, count the positive things already in your life. And if that's not working, you're still feeling down, then with those resources, like I said, social media content, uplifting pages on Instagram. I follow a lot of positive ones, just self-help things and books, and it might be food too. Just try not to stay in that moment for too long, because it really affects everything. And one of my favorite quotes is from Zig Ziglar. Many of you know that name. Put that up right now. But when you're in that negative, especially being as a coach too, as a player and athlete that I've done, is you need a certain amount of, I want to say anger, but intensity when you're playing sports. But there's a time when emotions can take over, negative emotions, and it will affect the outcome. It will affect your performance. So that quote from Zig Ziglar, positive will lead you positive results. The negative will only make things worse. And so my challenge to you, this is going to be a short one. I'm going to wrap this up here. But my challenge to you, which I've been doing the last couple of days, and I will do this next week as well, is to surround yourself with good. And don't wait for a moment that it might be negative or bad, or you're not feeling well, or something happens. Don't wait for that. I challenge you to just right now find those things that are positive in your life, surround yourself with them, whether it be people or music or movies or food or anything, and just focus on the positive and see how your week is. I'm going to do it. I know it's going to be another rough, long week, a lot of work, but I'm going to just focus on the positive in my life and surround myself with it. So again, take this next week, make a list if you need to, make a playlist, write down whatever it is. Just right now, maybe even just brainstorm. What are the things that just immediately make me feel better? Because there are songs that as soon as I put it on, it's just amazing. It is such an energy, because we're energy. And if you want positive energy, you're gonna have to look for that positive energy. But if you know that difference, you know that negativity when it's around you, and it will pull you down. So do your best, make it a great week, find the positive, seek the positive, surround yourself with it, and then look back at that week and how different this was for you than the previous weeks. If you only last for a day, it's a day. That's great. Go for a day. But just surround yourself with good anywhere you can find it, and that will help you in moments and days after this next week, like I had the last couple of days. It will help you to get out of those a little bit quicker and feel a little bit better. That's it for today. Thank you. See you next time.